Hello. Hopefully you guys can all hear me. Thank you so much for having me. This is so much fun. I am such a big fan of BeLive TV. I have literally exploded my business through Facebook Live. And so I'm really excited to dive into some of these topics today. I've been a social media strategist for over 7 years now. So this Facebook Live stuff is amazing. And what I love about social media is it's always shifting, right? So I want to talk with you about how you can repurpose your content to skyrocket your views and engagement. Because there's one thing of going live, and how do we utilize that Facebook Live video in order to be able to leverage yourself and continue to gain those views over and over again, right? And that's what Facebook is really looking into and really enhancing their algorithm is, are the videos popular? Are you continuing to get comments on them? Are you getting shares? But I also want to share ways that you can continue to repurpose the content outside of Facebook as well. So if you guys are excited about this, let me know in the comments. Okay, so the first thing that I do, boom, I love it, Jeff. Okay, the first thing that I do after I go live is I go back into that original Facebook Live and I update the description. Okay, so you want to make sure that you've got a really catchy title, something that explains what your Facebook Live is about and what somebody will get out of it. And then you want to include a tagline. So you've got your title, that's the main area, and then a tagline in your description that bullet points that out. So a tagline, and then that description has bullet points in it because people want information quickly. They want it to be clear. And I want to know, okay, if I'm tuning into this Facebook Live, like what am I going to get out of it? What am I going to discover? And what am I going to learn? So having bullet points of what you went over in your Facebook Live is going to help people to know, okay, do I want to invest my time in hearing that, right? So then what you want to do is link to episode resources. So if you have a course or you have a free training or free gift, which is something I absolutely recommend with every type of business as you're growing it online, is have something free that you can give away to get people onto your email list, and include that link in your description. And then also include a bio about yourself. So we think that just because people are watching it and it's on our page, that they're going to know who we are. But what we want to do is we want to be tailoring also to the people that are a cold audience, that they don't know who we are, right? So be prepared for that and include a little bio about who you are, what you do, who you work with, and then a link to your website. So I go back into all of my Facebook Lives and update it with all of these pieces of content, okay? So then what we do after is you want to boost that Facebook Live. So boost it to your fans. These are your warm audience, people that have already raised their hand. They're saying, I love your Facebook page, what you're up to. Boost it to them. And a really great strategy that I've learned from Dennis Yu is $1 a day strategy. So you do not need a big budget, that you just want to sprinkle in to show up consistently in front of those fans. Then what I'll do is I'll go over into the Facebook Ads Manager, okay? And what I want to do is I want to run an engagement ad to this Facebook Live, and I want to target my, again, second warm audience, which would be your email list. So if you have an email list, you want to upload that to Facebook because, again, your warm audience, they're going to be the ones that are most likely to engage with your content. They're going to be sharing this, and you want to be consistently showing up and staying top of mind to build that relationship to eventually turn them into clients and customers, right? So then the third phase, what I would do is I would go after a cold audience. Okay. And so I'm always shifting which cold audience that could be. So this could be a target interest. So like, for example, me being in the marketing space, I share a similar audience to, say, Amy Porterfield. So her audience, it was perfect people for me. And so I would target her Facebook fan page and again, run a really low budget audience to it, or you can do more. It just depends like how much traffic you want to have to it. So to recap, you're boosting it and you're going to your Facebook fans, your warm audience. Number two, you're going to do an engagement ad that's going to go to your second warm audience, which is your email list. If you don't have an email list, then you're going to leave that out for right now. And then number three is you're going to go to that cold audience and you're going to think, what is a fan page that's relevant in my industry? What is someone that's another leader in my industry that would benefit from this Facebook Live and seeing it in their newsfeed? And so then after you've got those going, what I do is I download the video and I put that baby over on YouTube. And why is that? Because YouTube is the second largest search engine, right? So we want to leverage this even more. So if you upload it over to YouTube, you want to make sure when you download the video, you change the title to an SEO title, meaning it's got keywords of what you know someone would be searching if they wanted that video. Okay, little ninja trick right there. Write that down, okay? Then after you change the title of that file, then upload that to YouTube. Then you're going to make sure you've got a optimized title for YouTube. You're going to make sure that you've got your description, which could be a very similar description than what you had over in your Facebook Live. Then what you want to do is you want to take that and put it on your blog and get another summary of an email, summary of your text recap, put it in your bullet points. And those are some ways where you can start to leverage that on your blog. Then send an email to your newsletter, your email list, link them over to the blog. So you're getting traffic on your blog, which then they can watch the YouTube video on there. At the same time, you're running ads into your Facebook Live video. And then there's so many other things you can do from that Facebook Live. You can get it transcribed. There's a great site called rev.com, I believe it is. And then you can use some of those texts that you pull from it. Maybe you had little quotes or little sayings. You could actually take those and create Instagram posts with those. Another thing about that is you can also take a little 1-minute snippet that maybe was a really juicy part of your Facebook Live, and you can create that into a 1-minute video on Instagram. Upload that, use some relevant hashtags, and you're now continuing to leverage your content. And doing the same thing over on Facebook. Quote graphics work really well on Facebook. So creating those little quotes, things that you said out of that. So when you get it transcribed, what's great is that they'll break down everything that you said in that. And you might not even remember, wow, oh, I said that. That was really great content. But being able to see it from that transcription, you're able to take that and leverage that over. So those are a few ways. Let me know if any of you have questions in the comments about anything that I covered. And then there's also Twitter, and then there's Pinterest, right? So there's so many choices of how we can repurpose and leverage content. And you want to remember too, that if you're doing this solo on your own, it can be a little much to do it in all places. So think about like, where's your jam? Like, where's the social media site that you love to hang out on besides Facebook? Because obviously you want to be doing Facebook Live, but what is that second site? And how can you take this content that you're using here and leverage it over there? And one thing I love using on a regular basis is Instagram stories. A lot of people log into Instagram, they're watching the stories at the top of the screen. And for you to be able to take a screenshot and share your video and then link it by putting the link to your Facebook videos in your description of Instagram is another way to continually drive traffic to your Facebook Live.